Hello, I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI, coming to you every Monday to Friday, mostly. But today we've got how not to write a submission to a government inquiry. Rainforest Reserves Australia is an odd little environmental charity in Queensland, in Australia. It started out running a couple of cassowary sanctuaries, which it still runs. I mean, that's good. That's excellent. But lately, RRA's gone big into anti-renewable energy activism. Their line is that renewable energy, wind and solar, is horrifically destructive to the environment. This is completely false. It's not, by the way. Now, RRA are not funded by fossil fuel as far as I can find out. Looking at their public numbers, they are not getting big money from anyone. But the National Party in Australia, which just happens to love coal, loves the RRA and quotes them a lot, especially the talking points that are also fossil fuel company talking points. RRA makes a lot of submissions to government inquiries and so on, and it turns out a pile of these have made-up references, just like someone wrote them with a chatbot. Quote, "The organisation's submissions writer has admitted using AI to help write more than 100 submissions to councils and state and federal governments since August 2024, and to also using AI to answer questions from The Guardian." Unquote. The Guardian checked with two of the academics that RRA cited in its latest Senate submission. Naomi Orestes, author of Merchants of Doubt, a book that covers climate change denial, says, quote, "The passage cites my work in a way that is 100% misleading." Unquote. Robert Brule of Brown University also writes about climate change deniers. Professor Brule says, quote, "The citations are totally misleading. I have never written on those topics in any of my papers. To say that these citations support their argument is absurd." Unquote. RRA made previous submissions to inquiries on forever chemicals, allegedly released by solar panels. That's a big fossil fuel talking point. That cited papers from the Journal of Cleaner Production. The journal exists, but its publisher, Elsevier, said the cited papers did not exist. The author of most of RRA's submissions is a volunteer, Dr. Anne S. Smith. She told The Guardian that Elsevier had removed the papers because, quote, "they contained findings that challenge dominant policy narratives," unquote. And not because she, say, used an AI to write the submission and it made up the paper titles. Dr. Smith finds her work the use case for AI. Quote, "When The Guardian asked RRA if the responses to its questions had been generated using AI, Smith responded yes in an email and added it was the most efficient way to review everything properly and provide you with an accurate and timely response. All of the information and conclusions are mine. The tool simply helped me work through the material quickly." Unquote. Well, it sure did that. The RRA website now has a statement on the front. Quote, "It's becoming increasingly clear that Rainforest Reserves Australia, and particularly the work by Dr. Anne Smith, could become the focus of targeted criticism in the near future. If criticism does come our way, it's important to understand why, because we challenge assumptions, scrutinise the impacts of the net zero rollout, and ask hard questions about the ecological costs of rapid industrial expansion." Unquote. Also, the other reason for the criticism is the AI-looking made-up references. But RRA has formally referred itself to the Senate Privileges Committee over this issue. So, what was the particular Senate inquiry RRA was caught using AI to write a submission for? It was on information integrity on climate change and energy. Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. So we're now on the Monday to Friday schedule, except when I'm off ill for the past 3 days. Probably good now, so I hope you spent the time watching the Pivot to AI full playlist in a loop. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to forward it to just one other person. Hello, Apple Podcast listeners. Please leave a nice review. It really helps. Hit like and subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to support Pivot to AI, the best way is to drop just $5 into the Patreon linked in the show notes below. Or, if you're on YouTube, hit the join button under the video. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, and bye for now.